This group is on a mission to break the cycle of poverty, provide those resources to individuals and families, and they do it all year round. It's the United Way of Greater Nashville. CEO-elect Erica Mitchell is with us, along with former U.S. Attorney General Board Chair Alberto Gonzales. Hello, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
I wish you guys didn't have so much work to do, but you most certainly do.
We do.
Right? CEO-elect, your job officially starts in January. Let's talk about your big missions ahead with the United Way.
Yeah, really excited. Have been with the organization for 14 years and just really excited to continue doing the good work that we're already doing. So more than 150 nonprofit organizations across 9 counties, and really collaboration is the name of the game for us. So looking forward to continuing in that collaborative spirit.
You collaborate resources to help so many. The need is huge. We're looking at the counties that you serve here in Middle Tennessee. Judge, talk to us about the need that you guys have here and the people who are really living in poverty.
Yeah, I think people have many people here, certainly in the Nashville area, have the impression, well, you know, we've got plenty of assets and resources, but there are a number of people that are living below the poverty line, which we call the Alice line, not just in Nashville, but in the 9 counties that we service. And so there are some real needs here. And one of the things I love about being the board chair of this organization is being able to work with other community leaders addressing these fundamental needs, which are very, very important.
And working with these leaders to have a specific resource for areas. Even let's go back a year ago, those tornadoes that hit Middle Tennessee really, really hard. That effort and recovery is still top of mind for the United Way.
Very much so. So December 9 of 2023, the tornadoes ripped through this area, Davidson County, as well as in Clarksville, Montgomery County. And so about 800 homes were impacted here in Nashville and almost 2,000 homes impacted in Clarksville. We are still going through the long-term recovery efforts right now. That's repairing and rebuilding homes, providing crisis support, mental health services, trying to bridge that gap of unmet need for folks who may not have as much resource to become whole again. But those recovery efforts will go on for another year or 2. So we still see that financial need there.
Wow, another year or 2. Wow. Okay, so that's kind of a call to action to others is if you're going to donate, donating to the United Way of Greater Nashville helps so many. That's where that collaboration and getting the most out of every dollar donation really helps as well.
That's why we have over 40 leaders, community leaders on our board, people that represent business, in health, sports, accounting, banking, all across the spectrum. We have community leaders who understand that they have an obligation to help those in need, and that's one of the reasons that I really have enjoyed this past year as chair, only for a few more weeks as chair, but it's been sort of a labor of love to work with these individuals dedicated with this fantastic staff to address the needs here in Middle Tennessee.
We mentioned that Alice line. That's sort of, it might be an unfamiliar term. I know it certainly was for me.
Sure.
We think of our federal government saying, okay, if you meet this line, you're living in poverty. It's very different when you talk about the Alice line, which you guys find to be a real true measure of need.
Yeah, those are the folks that we are interested in helping the most. So it's an acronym, it's asset limited, income constrained employed. These are folks who are above the federal poverty guidelines but are still having difficulty meeting basic needs. Just to give you a statistical explanation on that, in the state of Tennessee, about 13% of the folks are at federal poverty guidelines. If you include Alice, it's another 30%. So we have 44% of the folks in the state who are living at some level of need.
So the federal government's really cutting off those resources, and that's where you guys swoop in and say, we need to have more.
Well, they're not cutting off those resources.
No, I should be careful when I'm talking to a former U.S. Attorney General. You're right. I should be more careful with my words. Thank you, Judge.
We simply have a larger pie of need that we recognize that people need help. They really do. And unfortunately, we live in a community where we've got people that want to step up and try to provide help.
Let's talk about stepping up, because if you have a need, you can call 211. If you're able to provide, what can people do? Where can people go to help United Way?
So if you have a need, you can call 211. You can also go to unitedwaygreaternashville.org. If you are in need from the tornadoes, NashvilleResponds.com. So many different ways that people can contribute and give back this to the community. And we know historically we have a very, very generous community.
Well, thank you for leading it. Go ahead, Josh.
Well, I was just going to say, as an example, you know, we have campaigns in various businesses, and I think last year we raised $17 million. People stepping up. We have days of action where we focus on providing backpacks of supplies for school children. We recently put together food baskets for people living in a level where they don't have sufficient food, and then we also did something related to literacy, making books available. So these days of actions, we focus on needs, and we provide help.
And it's going on all year long. If you want to make a resolution in 2025, how about being part of these days of action, right? That'd be a great way to go. If you need help, 211 is what you call. For more information, UnitedWayGreaterNashville.org. Of course, we appreciate the great leadership to help with all the resources in Middle Tennessee. Thank you both.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Carol.
Such a pleasure.